You may have seen my recent video on buying a house in New Jersey. In it, I talked about the steps to buying a house in New Jersey, and I really focused on the single-family home segment. Well, today I want to talk to you about buying a condo or townhouse in New Jersey. While it's very similar process-wise, there are some extra steps you need to take so that you make sure you have the best outcome possible. If you watch to the end, I've got 8 questions that you need to ask to make sure you stay protected and you get the most out of your new home. I'm Mark J. Schmidt with RE/MAX Country and MoveMeMark.com, where I help you get the most out of the real estate market and your home. If you're new here and you like what you see, do me a favor, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and be sure to hit that bell so you don't miss out. So before we talk about the questions you need to ask to buy a condo or townhouse, I want to briefly go over some of the things I mentioned in my previous video about buying a single-family home here in New Jersey. If you want to see the full video, I'll put it right here so you can watch it because there are some interesting things in it. But just briefly, here's what you should know. When you're looking to buy a house in New Jersey, a condo or townhouse, first thing you want to do is get pre-approved for a mortgage. You really should not do anything until you get pre-approved, because then you know how much money you can spend. And also, if there's someone else who is looking to buy that home and you want to buy it and they're pre-approved and you're not, who's going to get the house? It's not you. They're going to beat you to it. So make sure you get pre-approved before you do anything. The second thing you want to do is figure out where you want to live. Make sure that the schools are decent. Make sure it's got a commute you're interested in. You want to make sure the commute isn't going to kill you. And make sure it's got some of the amenities you're looking for. If it's got, restaurants, shopping, entertainment, things of that nature that you could use. Now, you also want to make sure that before you make an offer, you do your homework. You want to look at the seller's disclosure for the property. So homeowners can fill out what's known as a seller's property condition disclosure statement, where they can really fill out everything about the home and its systems. How old is the roof, the hot water heater, the furnace, things like that. And if there are any latent defects, things that you can't see with your naked eye that would affect the value of the home. You definitely want to review that. You definitely want to review comps for the home. What comparable sales have happened in the area that you should know about? Now, when it comes to a condo or townhouse, it's very easy to get comparable sales for a condo or townhouse because these homes are all very similar to each other. So getting comps for them will be very easy. You definitely want to make sure you review them. Now, finally, you want to ask your agent to reach out to the listing agent and feel them out a little bit. See what information they can get from them so that you can make the best offer possible. Have they had a lot of showings? Do they have any offers on the table, or are any offers coming? And finally, what's important to the seller in the offer they receive? Maybe they need a quick closing. Maybe they need a longer closing so they can find their next home. Maybe they're actually going to need to rent the home back from you once you close so that they can have time to move. Asking the listing agent those questions is going to go really far in helping you craft the best offer possible. Now, here's where it gets a little different when dealing with a condo or a townhouse. You most often will have an HOA, a homeowners association. And those homeowners associations are going to come with fees, and they're also going to offer things, and you really need to find out what you're getting yourself into, because sometimes they can put limitations on how you use that home. So the first thing you want to ask is, if you're planning on buying with an FHA loan, you want to find out if the development is actually approved for FHA loans. If it's not approved, you may not be able to buy in there, okay? There are times when a lender can get a spot approval from FHA, meaning that they will be able to approve them without the entire development being approved, but that can be a real hassle and it doesn't work all the time. So you definitely want to go and make sure, if you're buying with an FHA loan, that the development is FHA approved. Now, on to the 8 questions I told you about. These are the questions that are going to protect you once you actually move into that home. So, number 1, what is the HOA fee for the property and what does it actually include? So many HOA fees include things like snow removal, garbage, the exterior maintenance of the grounds, like the common areas, lawn maintenance, things like that. Sometimes an HOA will include water or heat, but you have to find that out so you make sure you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Number 2, you need to ask to see the financials of the HOA. Is the HOA financially healthy? Are they going to have money problems down the road? Getting a copy of the financials is key. Number 3, are HOA fees going to be going up? HOA fees do tend to go up from time to time, so find out, are they going up? Have they gone up in the past? And how much do they typically go up when they do go up? Number 4, are there any special assessments planned for the development? So a special assessment would be something that the development is going to be doing that all the homeowners have to chip in for. So for example, if they need to put a new roof on your development and they say, you know what, we don't have enough money in reserves, we need to have everyone chip in. That could be a special assessment. There was a development that I know of in North Brunswick where they had problems with the sewer pipes. Every single homeowner was assessed $20,000 to pay for their contribution of those sewer pipes. Finding out if there are any special assessments or any that are on the books in the future can save you a ton of money down the road. Number 5, is the HOA involved in any lawsuits? If it is involved in any lawsuits, you might want to find out about them because that could wind up costing money. Remember, what costs the HOA money can cost all the homeowners money. So find out if the HOA is in any lawsuits. Number 6, are there any pet restrictions? If you have pets, you want to make sure you can bring them with you. So make sure there are no pet restrictions. And if there are pet restrictions, are there any pets that are allowed? Sometimes they may be restricted based on size or breed, things like that. So make sure before you try to move in with your furry family members that they're actually allowed to move in with you. Number 7, are there any restrictions on renting your home out? Many times people will buy a condo or townhouse, live in it for a while, and then decide, you know what, I want to buy my next home, but I want to rent out my current home and not sell it. Reach out to the HOA and see if there are any restrictions on renting your home out. You also want to find out how many units are owner-occupied versus rented out. That could impact you down the road. And finally, number 8, you want to find out if there are any other restrictions to how you can use your home. Sometimes it may be something as simple as they don't allow oversized vehicles to park in the development. They could have other restrictions as well. You know, these HOAs can do what they want. As long as they can get it into their bylaws, they can restrict. So ask if there are any other restrictions that might affect the way you enjoy the home you're looking to buy. So if you follow these steps, if you ask these questions, you should have absolutely no problem buying a condo or townhouse here in New Jersey. Now listen, if you have any other questions about buying a home or selling a home or any part of the real estate process, there's a fantastic resource. It's my website. You can find me at www.MoveMeMark.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you missed our last episode, I've got it right here for you. And here's another episode that YouTube thinks you should watch. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that circle and subscribe so you don't miss out. And I'll see you next time for more real estate awesomeness. You have a great week.